Welcome to Deep Thoughts, a podcast designed to take you on an introspective journey into the mindsets and strategies that fuel personal growth. In every episode, we'll explore the intersection of psychology, spirituality, and real-world tactics, guiding you through powerful methods to elevate your health, wealth, relationships, and overall well-being. From deep dives into transformative habits and mindsets to candid discussions about the challenges we face in today's fast-paced world, Deep Thoughts is here to remind you of the untapped potential that lies within. If you're ready to disconnect from the distractions and connect with the tools and insights needed to create lasting change, this show is your sanctuary for self-discovery and empowerment. Tune in, reflect, and take action towards a more vibrant and fulfilling life.
Ever get that burst of energy when a new goal pops into your head? You're so ready to crush it.
Oh, yeah.
Then a few weeks later, poof, gone.
It's like that gym membership we all sign up for in January.
Totally. That's exactly what we're diving into today. Turning that initial excitement, the interest, into real lasting commitment.
The kind that gets results.
Exactly. And to guide our deep dive today, we've got this super insightful Forbes article. It's called, Are You Committed or Are You Just Interested?
A kitschy title.
Right. It's by Paula Black, who's a business development coach.
Okay. So business focused.
She writes for entrepreneurs, mostly, but honestly.
Yeah.
The stuff she talks about, it's like universal wisdom. Anyone can use it.
I like that. Practical advice.
Totally. And she starts off strong, quoting Ken Blanchard, the management guru. He says, and get this, there's a difference between interest and commitment. When you're interested in something, you do it only when it's convenient. When you're committed to something, you accept no excuses, only results.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. Makes you think.
Definitely hits home.
What resonates with you about that quote? Have you seen that play out in your work interest, fizzling, but commitment winning out?
You know, it's funny, that quote, it really ties into how our brains are wired. We're all about that path of least resistance, right?
Conserving energy.
Exactly. Our brains love efficiency. So interest lets us kind of default to that comfy low effort mode.
Dabble a little.
Right. But commitment, that's like flipping the script. It means consciously choosing your goal, even when it gets tough, even when your brain's telling you to chill out. And it's not always about finding this huge life-changing passion. Sometimes it's just like the satisfaction of getting good at something.
Or making a difference, even in a small way.
Exactly. And that actually connects to Black's next point about taking action. Because that first step, it's usually the toughest.
So true. And she actually warns against just jumping in blindly. She even uses the phrase, do your homework.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and I'm really curious to get your take on that, because when we're talking about, serious commitment, big life changes, what does it actually mean to do your homework in that context?
Yeah, it's easy to brush off do your homework as generic advice, but when you're talking about commitment, it takes on this whole other level, imagine you're thinking about starting a business.
Okay, yeah.
Homework is more than just writing a business plan, though. That's definitely part of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's really about becoming a student of your market,
Understanding your customers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who are they? What do they need? Who else is out there doing what you want to do?
Competition.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it also means talking to people, mentors, folks who've been there, done that, get their insights, their wins, their mistakes.
Yeah, learning from their experiences.
Exactly. You could even try things out first, like a side hustle, freelance gigs, just to test the waters, see how it feels.
Instead of going all in right away.
Yes. It's like you wouldn't open a restaurant without ever having worked in one, right?
That's a great analogy.
And maybe the most important homework is about knowing yourself.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is. Can you handle risk? What are you truly good at? What are your weaknesses? What happens if things go wrong?
Having a backup plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Real commitment. It's built on really knowing what you're getting into, not just hoping for the best.
So we found our passion, we've done our homework, but then there's that thing that always pops up. Doubt.
The worst.
Right. And Black's final point is about dealing with that doubt, because it's going to show up. She basically says, look, you won't always have all the answers, but if you trust the process, keep going, you'll figure it out.
Sounds good on paper, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so easy to read that and be like, yep, totally. But then doubt creeps in. And it's like, oh, wait a minute. So how do we actually handle it when that happens?
It's almost like we read that advice and think, oh, just shut off doubt, easy. But it's really not that simple, is it?
Not at all.
And that's because doubt, it's not actually the enemy, it's normal.
Oh, I like that. So it's not about pretending doubt doesn't exist.
Right. When you're pushing yourself, trying new things, aiming high, There's going to be doubt. It means you care.
Instead of freaking out about doubt, maybe we need to, like, shift our perspective on it.
Exactly. It's not about if you'll doubt, it's how you handle it. See it as a signal, you know? To dig deeper, recommit.
Like a check-in point.
Yeah.
Not a dead end.
Yes, exactly. And while there's no magic formula to make it disappear, there are things that help a lot.
Okay, I'm listening. What helps when those doubts start swirling?
Mindfulness. Just notice it. Oh, hey, doubt, there you are again. Don't judge it. Just gently bring your focus back to your goals, back to why you started.
I can see that. Just acknowledging it, not letting it take over.
Exactly. And that's self-talk. Be kind to yourself. Are you stuck in that negative spiral, dwelling on what's wrong?
Oh, yes. All the time.
We all do it. But challenge those thoughts. Remind yourself what you've already achieved, what you're good at, the progress you've made.
It's like remembering that you're not your thoughts, even though it can feel that way sometimes.
Totally. And that's why having good people around you is huge. Find your cheerleaders, the ones who get it, who can offer a new perspective when you're stuck.
It's amazing how much just talking it out helps.
Right. Sometimes just saying it out loud helps you see things more clearly.
This whole conversation has really got me thinking about commitment in this totally different light. We often focus on the finish line, you know, the goals, the accomplishments. But what about the internal stuff? Like, what qualities do you need in yourself to actually stay committed for the long haul?
Such a good point. We're so goal-oriented, but it's the inner game that really matters. One thing that's crucial, self-awareness. Really knowing yourself's strengths, weaknesses, values, what makes you tick.
Knowing your why, like we talked about earlier.
Yes. But also, what trips you up? What are you scared of? When you really get that, that's when you can make choices that align with what you truly want, and you can handle the tough stuff better.
So it's like part of that homework is figuring out who you are deep down.
Exactly, because you're committing as why you, right? And that brings up another big one, self-compassion.
Oh, that's a good one. We don't talk about that enough.
We really don't, because guess what? You're going to mess up. There will be setbacks. Things won't go as planned. That's when you need to be kind to yourself.
Like giving yourself grace even when it feels tough.
Totally. Treat yourself how you'd treat a friend going through the same thing. Acknowledge your efforts, learn from the missteps, and keep growing. No judgment.
It's so easy to get caught up in always pushing, always striving, you know? But that self-compassion, I think that's what lets us actually keep going when things get hard.
Absolutely. It's the fuel that keeps the commitment engine running.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. We started with this Forbes article, which was awesome. Everyone should go read it.
Yeah.
But we ended up diving into something so much deeper.
It's always more than just the surface level, isn't it?
Totally. It's like commitment. It's not just about checking boxes on a to-do list. It's about self-discovery, resilience, showing up for yourself, even when it's hard.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So I'll leave you with this. Think about your own life, what you really want. What would it look like to commit to those things with this level of intentionality, this understanding? What if those commitments weren't burdens, but chances to grow, to learn, to create a life you actually love? Something to think about.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Deep Thoughts Podcast. I hope you found insights and inspiration to take with you on your journey of self-growth. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay updated on new releases and exclusive content. See you next time, where we'll continue to help you grow and explore your full potential.